Okay, I've got a problem up on the board for you folks to try. Just going to explain what the problem is, then have you pause the video and try it on your own. Okay. So here I'm saying that X represents the number of products that we're going to manufacture, and the units for that are in hundreds of products. So here when you see 2, that doesn't mean we're manufacturing 2 products, that means we're manufacturing 200. Okay. C of X, that's the cost to produce the products, and that's going to be in dollars per product. Okay. So at this point, it's costing us $40 per product. At this point, $32 per product, 30, and then 28. And this often happens in the business world, that the more you manufacture, the more the cost per product actually decreases. Because sometimes you're buying your supplies in bulk, so you get some discounts or something like that. So it's not necessarily that the cost per product is going to be constant. It is often a function, and it's often a function of the number of products that you're producing. Okay. All right. So I've given you this table of values. I want you to estimate the area between the graph of C of X. So all of these would be points on that graph, but I haven't given you the full formula for it. But I want you to estimate the area between the graph of C of X and the x-axis over the interval from 2 to 5, which is where I gave you the information. I'm telling you to use left endpoints. And then after you've estimated this area, I want you to tell me what it means. And very helpful, usually in figuring out what something means, are what are the units. If you can look at what the units are, very often that's going to help you to figure out, what did I just calculate? What does it mean? Okay, so pause the video, try working this out on your own, then tune back in and you can check your answer. Welcome back. Okay, so I like to have a picture. So I'm going to have, here's my x-axis and here's C of X. And let's see, here's 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm concerned with that interval. Let's see, I think I'm going to just go by, let my tick marks be 10. So when we're manufacturing 200 products, the cost per product is up here at 40. When we're manufacturing 300, we're at 32. When we're manufacturing 400, we're down to $30 per product. And 500, we're down to $28 per product. So those are my points right there. I'm going to go ahead and draw in the walls. Probably should have drawn that a little closer to there. Okay. Okay, so I'm basically chopping this up now into 1, 2, 3 subintervals. I've got 4 points, but 4 endpoints gives me 3 subintervals. Okay, and we were told to use left endpoints. So I'm going to just draw a picture of each rectangle that I get. Now this is going 3, 4. So the base is just 1, although I know that that 1 represents 100 products. Okay. If I'm using left endpoints, my height here is going to be 40. So I'll just extend that height across this interval and then finish off that wall. Okay. Plus, the next one, the base is still 1. The height, if I look at my left endpoint, is 3. That height is 32, and I'll extend that across. And then for the last one, it's a little bit shorter. The base is still 1. The left endpoint would be at 4, where we said we were at 30, and 30 was up here, and I'll extend that across, like so. Okay, so my area is just 40 times 1, plus 32 times 1, plus 30 times 1. So that's going to be 102. Now, what on earth does that 102 mean? Well, I'm going to follow my own advice and think about what the units are. Okay. So for each rectangle, this was hundreds of products, and the height was dollars per product. Now if I multiply 100 products by dollars per product, the products are going to cancel, and I'm going to get $100. Okay, so I'm thinking what this means is $102, $100, which would be $102 is $10,200. So I'm thinking the units are dollars, or if I wanted to go with 102, it would be hundreds of dollars. So I guess the units that I actually get out are units would be hundreds of dollars. But I can translate $102 to be $10,200. So we're talking about an amount of money. The units that come out of this are hundreds of dollars, and then I just convert that to dollars because that's a little bit simpler to work with. Okay, so what does that mean? It's dollars to do what? Well, it was dollars to produce these products. What we did is we went from producing 200 products to 500 products. That was 300 products that we produced. But I want to be careful. I don't want to say it cost $10,200 to produce 300 products. It cost $10,200 to produce this 300 products. Presumably, the first 300 products that I produced cost a little bit more because if the pattern continues, the cost function was bigger the further we are to the left. If I were to produce 300 more products and the cost per product continues to go down, the next 300 products would cost less. So this $10,200 is the amount it cost me to go from 200 products to 500 products to produce that particular set of 300 products.